All right, I never thought I'd be saying this, but at 30 years old, I finally have my driving license. And honestly, for someone that's loved cars his whole life, that sentence feels weird. I've been a massive car guy since I was a child. I grew up on Top Gear, watching motorsports. I think my love of cars came from probably watching a lot of motorsport as a kid, watching Formula One, waking up on a Sunday morning to go watch ITV or Channel 4 do the rally highlights for that weekend's rally. And a lot of it came from my dad. My dad has always had really interesting, cool cars and has always been the one to teach me and take me to the garage and show me how cars work and teach me about things. And one of his analogies whenever trying to get me to eat healthier would always be based around cars. He used to say, you wouldn't put cheap fuel in your car, so why put cheap fuel in your body? So my upbringing was surrounded by cars. I came home from the hospital in a Mark II Golf. From there, we went to Audi's, a BMW 330i with the M package that my brother broke his finger in the door of. Then my dad's car collection started getting weird. There was a Mercedes C-Class, there was an Alfa Romeo Barrera, there was a Porsche Cayenne. By no means was he just frivolently splashing cash on cars. He always made the correct purchases. They always turned out to be a great deal and he always looked after them meticulously. And I think that experience has showed me how to look after cars and given me a real sense of owning a car and looking after it properly. But somehow I never got around to the real thing. Life happened, work happened, moving abroad happened, getting married happened. And suddenly I was 30 with no driving license, never owning a car, or never even properly driven one. So this year, I finally decided it was time. This little piece of plastic took me far too long to get. And honestly, I thought driving lessons and an RTA test were going to be absolutely terrifying. But you know what? It was actually kind of simple. But when they handed me the license, it felt like this massive weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Like finally, I get to join the world that everyone else joined 12 years ago. And the funniest part is, up until now, 90% of my driving experience has been inside a sim rig. I mean, Assetto Corsa, iRacing, Gran Turismo, WRC. If it had a wheel and a pedals and I could crash in it, I was there. And like every sim racer, I had this delusion that I would be amazing in real life. But here's the thing. Having a license suddenly meant a choice. And the choice was, do I buy something sensible? You know, the normal first car, the Toyota Yaris, the Corolla, the safe, responsible, don't bankrupt yourself car? Or do I go full chaos mode? So obviously I went full chaos mode. I didn't want my first car to be boring. I didn't want it to be a car that I'd forget about in 2 years. I wanted something that made me excited every time I walked up to it. And I probably overcorrected a little bit. So after my license, I bought a car. A car the 18-year-old in me would have loved. A car that the 30-year-old in me is probably not ready for. And I didn't pay that much for it. Maybe the best decision I ever made. Or the dumbest. So this is where the journey begins. Learning to drive at 30, navigating new roads, figuring out Dubai's roads without embarrassing myself, getting into motorsport for real and not just in a sim. And of course, taking this new car on its full restoration and modding journey. This channel is basically everything I should have done in my early 20s, but with a little bit more money, a little less sense, and way more enthusiasm. This channel is not about being the perfect driver. It's about learning at 30, modding my first car, trying out motorsports for the first time, checking out the UAE car scene, and making all the mistakes. So you don't have to. So if you're into cars, sim racing, driving, or just trying to watch someone figure their life out at 30, episode 2 is coming soon. And in that episode, I'll tell you how much I paid for this car. Welcome to the new Gav Drives.